The bill gives effect domestically in New Zealand to two international treaties which provide criminal offences for terrorism-related activity. The way that the bill is currently drafted is different to the existing terrorism statute that we have in New Zealand. That's the Terrorism Suppression Act. That act includes an express exclusion for peaceful protest, and it says that it's not intended to capture conduct merely because people are engaging in political protest, which is of course a very important right in New Zealand. And the Society's submission, there should be a similar exclusion in the Maritime Crimes Amendment Bill to make sure that protest isn't captured. Yeah, that's one of the Society's concerns. If you have an accident at the moment that takes place in a flotilla of vessels that's protesting government policy or protesting against another government that's coming to New Zealand, as you say, on a naval warship, there's a possibility of an accident. If someone is seriously injured in that accident or falls overboard, drowns, something like that, as the legislation's drafted, there's a possibility that they could be charged with a terrorism-related offence in relation to that person's death or the injuries that that person suffers. Now, the Society is fairly confident that's not what was intended by the international conventions or by Parliament, but the drafting leaves that open as a possibility, and so the submission that the Society has just made is the language needs to be tightened up to make sure that doesn't happen. There's a long history of that. And the other point that the Society would make is if the concern is one around safety in terms of how peaceful protesters are going out and operating, then there should be safety-related regulations that are put in place rather than using this legislation to deal with those type of concerns.